is titled A Friend Indeed.
Thank you, Michael. Hello, beautiful beings, and welcome to Sunday celebration. It is indeed a great day to celebrate, to come together and fellowship and know that all that we share today is that activity of a high power that we call spirit, that we call God. Dr. Holmes shares in the Science of Mind textbook the following: the science of mind, then, is the study of life and the nature of laws of thought, the conception that we live in a spiritual universe, that God is in, through, around, and for us. There is nothing supernatural anywhere on any plane. That which today seems to be to us supernatural, after it is understood, will be found spontaneously true. Indeed, our teaching is a sum total of that. And what I know from the study of religious science for the many years that I have been involved in it, as a life support and as the goodness that life truly is, this is what I know. Love is effortless. It comes in waves of goodness, in many forms. It always is. And as it is placed into the experience that we call life, our life is much, much better. That life is healed, that life is revealed, that life is made new and whole, and that life is all that we want it to be by the selection and the choice that we make to life, for life, our life. And as we unfold in the science of mind, we know that love is all there is. It is our friend indeed. What I know today is that something good is happening, and it is appearing as the miracle of life. I accept and rejoice and accept all of it as I can take. All of it. Just bring it on. Let us celebrate. Let us accept that abundance of life in nature. Albert Einstein had this wonderful, wonderful quote, and I take it today. There are two ways to live life. One as though nothing is a miracle. The other as though everything is a miracle. And I choose the latter to speak on today. Truly, life is an extraordinary event. I don't think it gets much better than this. Because we have the choice, we have the volition, and we have that which we call our own life to lead with the laws of the science that we celebrate. Today in celebration, we acknowledge the miracle of the moment. For me, all of life is a magical moment. I look around at this center. I look around at the sanctuary filled with all of these smiling faces today. The nature of spirit and its support is made evident. I look at the physical plant, just the structure that we have. And can you believe it'll soon be a year that we moved into this center? I cannot believe that. On the 25th of September, we got up and left 555 Flying V and moved into this new surrounding. And what it takes for all of us to come together in celebration: the air conditioner, the cleaners, the volunteers who make us click and tick and photograph us and film us, the musicians, the foodies that feed us and water us. All of it is by volunteer, and all of it, the ushers, the greeters, the ones that hug us and love us and bring us into the center each Sunday. All of this is through the community that we have established here, known as the Center for Spiritual Living Greater Chico. These are all miracles, divine miracles. And what I know, it does take a community to build, and the multitude of volunteers that we have, and the workers that create this and bring it to fruition each and every week, they all share that consciousness that we call love. And it feels good as Reverend Michael spoke, and as Kathy spoke in the treatment this morning. It always feels good to come into this. What I know that there is a new design for living too. We can live without fear. We can be fearless, free, and fully aware of everything in our surroundings, everything that is in our life appearing as our life. Today's miracle is a reason to celebrate. Not only is it Sunday, but it's a joyous time to come forth and to be that which we want to be. We're always at choice, for we recognize the miracle of love. And I know for each and every one of us that at the center of every activity, no matter what it may look like, love is, Spirit is. We open to the realization that love not only makes the world go around, it makes it a great place to live. Our world is better because of love. And that love and that friend indeed, and yes, the air that we breathe. And that's questionable some days, isn't it? Like many of you, yesterday, as I awakened to the lazy, hazy, smoky days of summer, I experienced seemingly difficulty in my ability to breathe. This is not always the best for a religious scientist, and even though I am hard-headed German from my father's side and that warm, compassionate nature of the Italians from my mother's side, sometimes they don't always get along. And in the midst of that, being a Gemini, you know, it's all of us are having a good time, or trying to breathe, let's say. Well, when I get into that pickle, I tend to restrict. I tend to do a light panic, and I don't live too long and too well without breathing like all of you. I liken it to being a fish out of water. And that's not good for me either because I don't swim. So I got thinking, you know, that might be a reasonable response to get kind of panicky and kind of upset because I wasn't breathing too well. And then I got thinking, all week long I've been making these little notes. And as I have shared, and those of you that have been in our home, I have these little stacks of notes and Post-its and all those kind of little things and pieces of paper that I write things down when they come to me. Well, I thought, oh my gosh, I was covering these 3 wonderful points in lesson today, and I'm not living them. The first thing is a friend indeed. We've spoken about that. Everything is a miracle. We're going to speak more about that. And loving without fear. Well, here I am about to pitch and enjoy a personal moment of anxiety and angst. And a tantrum, I guess, a Louis tantrum, thinking that I can just kick that aside. Well, it wasn't going to be kicked aside until I addressed it. Well, I had selected these points for my lesson today, and then all of a sudden, I realized that I had unexpected visitors at my bedside. They were of panic and inability, and they came knocking. So I figured I could either shoo them away or accept the gift that they were trying to bring to me. Well, I decided to accept the gift. And as I teach, and all of you that have had class with me, one of my very, very favorite things to say is act towards something, do not react to it. And I thought if I'm going to talk to you about it, I better live it. What a perfect opportunity to open to my truth and know my truth as my truth. And this is what I know, that in my medication and with my medication and in my meditation and using my thought in a positive, affirmative, Louise A. manner, I turned it around. And the gift appeared. And this is what I told myself, and this is what I believe about the situation. I breathe with ease. And I breathe easily and without effort and accept the gifts that are my life source, that connection with that high power. and that the glorious life that I breathe into my body is a gift of spirit. And I breathe at a time that brings peace, calmness, and goodness into my life. Within me, that is known. It solutioned the problem. And my respiratory system seemed to be at full ease and compassion. It just relaxed, or I relaxed, accepted the gift that Spirit was bringing. Well, you know what happened? Within a very few minutes, calmness and order and ease and breathing came to me so quickly. I chose to recognize a different way of thinking. And as I chose that new thinking and that lack and limitation and discomfort, I know that the gifts that came to me and the unexpected visitors brought to me was my belief in the use of affirmative prayer, common sense. Imagine that, Louie. Imagine using your common sense. And that what appeared at first to be a lemon, I had the mental ability to squeeze and make lemonade. It's just one thought away. One thought away. And by choosing a correct, supportive nature of thinking, I changed what was going to be a restrictive, panicky type of life.